It's time for the Yoshimura R11 to go on. The SP engineer in Diablos has done a great job, made me power, even past, as you would have seen a minute ago, or in the blog before, I'm not sure which one this is going into at the moment, you would have seen that it passed the noise test at Castle Combe with the baffle out, which is quite frankly astonishing. But now it is time to pop this little badger on, which is absolutely gorgeous. If you look on our channel, we've already done an unboxing video on it. I mean, it is really, really nice. So in the box we get the can, world's shortest link pipe, a baffle already out, which is decent of them, it saves me a job, and the very, very, very minimal fitting kit, because at the end of the day this is just a can, but it's huge. It's absolutely huge compared to the SP, which is still currently on here, but as you can see I have a thingy on there ready to whip her off. So let's crack on, shall we? SP is off, and next, ta-da! Okay, got her on. Huge! Yet to do all the fiddly bits here, but yeah, we're already not far off. All seems to line up reasonably well. Just going to finish off with the little bits and bobs, and then there's the baffle, which I won't ever be using. Et voila, she is on. And yeah, she is a big girl compared to the SP, but we're talking Yoshi here, so she is lovely. So obviously we need the first test, the sounds test. Fire in the hole! Sorry, Martin. Okay, first sound test down. Yeah, maybe a tiny bit deeper than the SP, but good, very good. So the next thing to do is to get this up on the JHS Racing dyno and see if this can is very different from the SP. Do you know, I'm going to say it probably isn't, but who knows? Yeah, happy with that. So this little pecker here came from performanceparts-limited.com, who do Yoshimura in the UK. Yeah, I am well chuffed with that. And then what we'll do is, after we try another can from James, we'll go full system. And then we'll really see where the money's at. Right, hang on, let's turn some shit off.
Will you look at that?
Mate, right.
Whoa.
Holy shit balls! What's the best run? 184.5 with 111 newton meters of torque. This bike on this dyno, when we first ran it, made 172 horsepower as standard.
Yeah, just under 172 standard. So that is a fair old gain.
That is bearing in mind this is just a can.
Just a can.
Yeah.
With 14 horsepower in the mid-range, and that follows most of the way through the range.
Wow.
From a can.
Wow. I know it's quite an expensive can. I mean, it literally is a can and like a 2-inch pipe.
Yeah.
That's it. It doesn't decat it or anything.
No, it's all still on there. All the valves are still in there. We've done no fuel in.
Holy big balls. Jesus. Okay, and what about... So, wow. Good God. And torque as well? We're
Torque
up
as well.
over 10?
Yeah. We're up... At peak torque, where the Yoshi's making its peak torque, we're up 10 newton meters.
Wow.
What
What
can we say?
What can we say? Now put it towards next to the... Get rid of the standard.
We'll get rid of the standard and we'll put it up against the best of the SP.
Of the SP can.
We'll just select... Right, yes.
And let's also...
So that's our best from the SP. We were 174
Yeah.
and 106 newton meters of torque.
Yeah.
So we're 10.
We're 10 up.
10 up on it.
Yeah, 10 up, and torque we're
5 newton meters.
5 newton meters. Now there is obviously a massive price difference between the two things.
Yeah.
Okay, so really, bearing in mind the development Yoshimura does with Suzuki, we kind of, if there wasn't a huge increase,
we'd be a little bit disappointed.
We would be disappointed, wouldn't we? Could you just check a couple of things, because there are a couple of mitigating factors in this.
Yeah.
First off, let's have a look at the difference in the
conditions.
Conditions, yeah.
Look at the conditions. So we'll start when we ran the SP. It was very warm in here.
Okay.
29 degrees, 27% humidity.
Humidity's similar-ish.
Humidity's similar. So today we're 31% humidity. So comparable, but our temperature is down, is like an 8 degree difference, 9 degree difference.
So maybe, just for argument's sake and just for balance, maybe as a couple of horsepower extra the SP might have made had it not been so hot.
Yeah. If it would have been a little bit cooler,
yeah.
I'd say the SP probably would have pulled a couple more.
But nothing like
I don't think it would have matched the Yoshi.
No.
I don't think it would have.
Oh no, I don't think it would have matched it, but I think, I mean, the SP... The SP...
Value for money, and for the gains for what you got over stock. Let's have a look at that again. So over stock, our biggest gain was in our mid-range of 7 horsepower. So
that's good.
That's good. So how much does that work out per pound?
Well, it's 250 quid for the can. So so it's like 50, right, it's just under 50 quid per horsepower, which is actually not a bad return.
That's good.
That's not a bad return. And whereas the Yoshi is about 700 quid.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it's more.
Yeah, so I think it's actually more expensive for more.
Yeah, for more power, but I mean, some people will prefer the looks of the Yoshi,
and just the brand of the Yoshi.
Yeah, and exactly that. But so I think you know, there's bonuses to both. The SP Engineering can, it was actually well made. The can I went for looked traditional. A lot of people didn't like it, but they've got 30, 40 different cans. Shapes
you can choose all your options.
Exactly. So for 250 quid, and it also passed the noise test at Castle Combe with the baffle out, which is some kind of miracle. So that it's got that going in its favour as well. But to be honest with you, I think this is slightly quieter than the SP.
Yeah.
So I think this would also pass at Castle Combe with their track noise test.
This has an option of removable baffle as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just got rid of it immediately. I never intend on putting it in ever.
No.
So, but that is so yeah. I mean, if you're skint or if you don't have loads of money, something like the SP is a viable option. You'll gain power. You'll lose
a noise.
Yeah, a little bit of noise and a tiny bit of weight. But if you can afford it, this puppy is the one. 184! 184!
Stock with a can.
Thanks, Wills. Hey guys, so obviously that took me by surprise somewhat, that dyno figure. Now there's a couple of caveats I need to include in this regarding the SP Engineering can. Firstly, it was, as you can see, it was a lot hotter when we did the SP Engineering can. The next caveat was after I'd done the dyno on, which you've probably seen the video for, the blogs or the separate dyno video, I discovered that it had under 30 psi in the rear tyre. Now, I try and dyno all bikes with the 36 psi in the rear tyre, and that would have made a difference. So me and William were thinking afterwards that if I had the same tyre pressure, if the conditions had been the same, then actually the SP would have done much better. We reckon probably somewhere around 178, maybe a little bit more, which for 250 quid over the standard reading is still really impressive. It's funny because William was convinced, and I mean absolutely convinced, that before I'd brought the bike up to him with the Yoshimura R11 can on, the bike had been back to Suzuki and been tweaked or something, and it hasn't. I've not even changed the oil yet or anything like that. It's I got the bike before Sports Bike of the Year, and it did Sports Bike of the Year, and I've had it ever since. And when we first dynoed it, it had, I think, 15 or 1600 miles on. So, you know, and when I did that dyno you just saw there, which is actually a little while ago, it only had probably 500 or 600 miles more on it. And about 2 weeks prior to the dyno you've just seen, I'd actually, just out of sheer curiosity, because I had the baffle for the SP Engineering can in my bag, I tend to carry it around with me because the SP was quite a bit louder than the Yoshimura. I just popped it on the GHS dyno just to see, and I think it came to 173, basically around the standard power that we'd done 2 weeks before. So, I mean, obviously Yoshimura, it's expensive, it's a lot more expensive than the SP, but, you know, Suzuki and Yoshi are like, I don't know, tomato and basil or fish and chips or whatever, and they put the work in, and, you know, it does work. And I've done a little bit of research, found other people have had kind of similar results, but this one does seem to be extraordinarily good. So there you go, and I'm going to probably go down the full system route at some point. Other points of interest are that I managed to actually get out for a Christmas Day ride, which was lovely. Not done that in years, and yep, it was wet and cold and slippery, and I still had the super courses on, so it was a bit edgy, but really good fun. If you've never done it, do. The roads are quiet, it's great fun, it's brilliant. However, because I'm not really doing as much leaning over on the Pirellis, they have started to square off a bit. So last week I decided to put a set of Bridgestone T30s on. I've done plenty of those before, I've been on track with them, and they're a touring tyre, but you know, they're a bit of a jack of all trades, and a very good tyre. But it turns out it was timely because I have here a set of the brand new T31. Now the launch for these tyres isn't actually until sometime towards late March, held in Morocco or somewhere like that. So being able to get them on a bike in UK in the kind of weather they're really designed for is fantastic. So I'm just going to roll around on the T30s, the older ones, for another week or so, then pop these on and see how they are. Sorry it's been quite a long time since the last blog, lots of things going on. There should be another one up relatively soon after this. We're looking at changing the quick shifter, and then after that we'll put the rapid bike fueling unit on, see if we can get any more power out the bike as well, and then we've got loads of crazy stuff, carbon wheels, all sorts, loads happened to this bike. Still got it for a whole load of time, either till the summer or maybe even beyond, so absolutely stacks to do. So thanks for keeping up, sorry for the wait, and we'll be back.